Okay, they just released the dev diary, did Valorant, and it's 13 minutes long. We're not going to go through all of it. I've quickly skim watched it, and there's some big things in there, so we're going to talk about what's going on. But yeah, let's just dive in. First off, let's just start with a little intro. They say they're going to talk a bit more, you know, make more of these kind of things, all of that kind of stuff. That's good. Good. More communication can't be a bad thing, really. But let's dive into some of the crazy stuff that's going on.
Okay, first topic. Valorant is continuing to grow rapidly as a game and a sport and a community. It's an entire ecosystem of experiences now, and we have these huge dreams for the future. So, we're leveling up our leadership team a bit. I'm excited to announce that Valorant is getting a new executive producer. And we really didn't have to look very far. It's him. It's Andy. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be leading Valorant, but now at the studio level.
It might be me for a second there. It wasn't. It's Andy. But
Thinking about the entire player experience throughout the whole ecosystem. And I've asked Andy to focus on what's going on in the game itself. So I'm handing over the dev team to Andy, but we still get to be partners, and I love that.
Yeah, thanks so much, Anna.
Valorant Arcane arc incoming, maybe? Who knows?
With that, here are Coleman and Dan to talk about the map rotation, overall game health, and some gameplay changes to expect through the rest of the year.
Hey all, I'm Coleman. I'm a product manager on Valorant gameplay.
And I'm Dan. I work with Coleman
Dan.
as a game designer on agents and live balance.
We're here to discuss some of the work we've been doing this year, and give you our thoughts on additional changes coming down the road.
But first, we've heard a lot of feedback from you all about map rotations lately, and we've been talking as a team about how we can make this experience better overall. Rest assured that your feedback has been heard loud and clear. As a starting point, we're going to be more transparent around map rotations going forward, so you all know when they're happening ahead of time.
That's also a good thing. I mean, I already think I kind of have a decent idea of when map rotations happen. I'm pretty sure that map rotations from now on will happen kind of in the off season of VCT and after the second Masters. It just seems like, you know, a 6-month cycle makes sense. Yada yada. Away we go.
In the spirit of this, we want to confirm that the map pool will be rotating with patch 8.11 in early June. Breeze and Split will be rotating out, and Haven will be rotating back in.
Okay, massive bombshell. Absolute massive bombshell. Breeze and Split? I mean, Breeze, hallelujah. Oh, thank God Breeze is gone. But Split? Really? Split? I like Split. Who doesn't like Split? What crazy people don't like Split? Like, guys, I get it, okay? You want to keep Ascent in. You want Ascent to be the whatever, the map that always stays in, because the normies like Ascent. You know, people like vanilla ice cream. I get it. You know, they like Ascent. And you know what? It's fine. It's fine. But it's boring to watch for me, personally. We were this close, and instead we got rid of Split. Still, Haven's coming back. Haven! I mean, my boy! Fracture! My boy! Oh, what? Fracture's good! Bring back Fracture, please! We are also getting a new map. Obviously, that's confirmed because, you know, only one map is coming back in. At least Breeze is gone. Look, the map pool, it couldn't have got any worse. And now we're getting new map in Haven. And everyone likes Haven. If you don't like Haven, I don't know what to say to you. Haven's a good map.
Now, let's dive into our main topic for today, role diversity. For context, the live game team's top priority for 2024 has been to increase intra-role diversity across the roster. Basically, looking at each role and ensuring more agents are viable in each one.
And promoting role diversity sometimes means toning down the power of an agent whose dominance prevents other agents in that role, or even other roles entirely from getting picked. That was the reasoning behind our changes to Skye and Viper earlier this year.
Makes sense.
On the other side of things, often this can mean we also have to give a little bit of power back to weaker agents within a role, like Chamber, Deadlock, or Gecko.
With changes like these, we often see players ask, why not just buff our weaker agents to match our most powerful ones? And we hear you. Buffs are fun. But there are two main reasons why we don't focus on buffing weaker agents as our primary balancing approach. The first is that Valorant as a game is more than just agents. It's a tactical shooter. The Valorant experience is a balancing act between agent utility, lethal gunplay, and tactical map design. If we buffed all of our agents to match our strongest ones in terms of power, we'd run the risk of agent abilities overshadowing everything else.
They don't want to be Overwatch. They just don't want to be Overwatch. If you want to play Overwatch, go play Overwatch. You know, I heard there's even an Overwatch 2 coming out soon or something.
Second, as you all keep playing the game, your aim, creativity, and teamwork keep getting better. So you have to constantly reevaluate the game.
They probably will have to somewhat keep nerfing agents, to be honest, because people's utility gets better, right? Like, mechanically, I'm not sure how much better mechanically you can get at this game, because it's not maybe the most mechanically, difficult game, in terms of gunplay. But in terms of ability usage, the way you use ability, the way you coordinate abilities, that's only going to keep getting better, and there's a lot of room to grow there, right? So they might have to keep scaling things back, to be honest.
None of this is to say we won't ever buff agents. In fact, we'll talk about some buffs in a minute. But nerfing agents is also a very important responsibility of ours. It ensures that Valorant will still feel like Valorant for years to come. Okay, let's talk about some balance changes that you'll be seeing very soon.
In early June, with patch 8.11, we're shifting our focus to the duelist role. Over time, we've seen pick diversity decline among duelists, especially in higher skill and pro play brackets.
So, we'll be shipping some nerfs to Raze, focused on her satchel mobility, as she's been an overly dominant pick in this space.
Okay, nerfing Raze, that's good. That's good. I don't love, the term satchel mobility. I hope they don't mean Raze's mobility herself, i.e., you can't go as far with the satchels. That would be kind of lame, in my opinion. That would not be the nerf I would go for. I hope when they say satchel mobility, they mean you can't move other people. Like that nerf that I suggested. That to me makes a lot more sense.
And as for buffs, we see several candidates who have an opportunity to be more relevant in the current meta. ISO, Neon, and Reyna. Don't worry, we'll explain that last one.
Yeah, for ISO and Neon, we're leaning into strengthening what makes them unique. Namely, we'll be adjusting ISO's shield paradigm and Neon's slide, as well as some small other tweaks.
Okay, so they're gonna change ISO's shield and Neon slide. So their signature abilities, right, are going to be changed in some way, which is good. Good. This is good. This is all good.
And for Reyna, we know she's quite strong in ranked,
Yes.
but she actually struggles in more coordinated team play. So her changes aim to improve her viability in those team environments like Premier and Pro, while also reducing some of her current rank strengths.
Okay, now this is big. There is a God. If they get this right, there is a God in this world. Clearly, because this would make the world a better place. This is a gift. If they get it right. I have a sneaking, horrible feeling in my gut that they won't get this right. That they will just end up buffing Reyna and ranked will be unplayable. I really want to be wrong. And I really, really hope they don't mess this up, because the literal health of the entire game rests upon it. Now, I don't even know what exactly you would do to improve Reyna in terms of a pro play agent, but make them worse in ranked. Like, how would you do that? Obviously, you could make the flash better. If it took more bullets to shoot or something like that, right? Like, that would be good. And what, you have like only one dismiss maybe, right? Only one dismiss / heal? Yes, maybe. But then does Reyna make sense if you can only heal or dismiss once and you've got like 2 abilities that you can only use once in a round? Like, that doesn't seem to make much sense to me either. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that. I'm a bit worried, to be honest, but let's keep going.
These balance changes in 8.11 will most likely be the last significant ones you see from us until after Champs. We want to make sure that pro teams have plenty of time to get used to these changes after Masters Shanghai and adjust accordingly. Of course, you'll still see.
Let's just quickly talk about that as well, because this is a thing that we all need to like recognize now. I think now that we have the partnership schedule in place and everything is much more organized in terms of a tier 1 pro play standpoint than it was pre-partnerships, right? I would expect this going forward, right? During the tier 1 offseason, they're gonna make changes, right? There's gonna be balance patch, there's gonna be a map rotation, all that. And I would wager that around this time, after, or during or after the second Masters, you'll get map rotation, you'll get agent changes, as kind of a way to freshen things up. So, kind of like halfway through the season, a slightly different meta emerges, right? That is what I would suspect going forward. And what used to happen, right, is the new content and stuff like that used to release with the acts, right? Like an act would end and a new thing would release. That isn't going to be the case anymore. Agents and new maps and stuff like that, new content is going to release with the pro cycle, right? Like at the end of a Masters event. Like we're getting this new map at the end of Shanghai. That is what I would suspect is going to happen going forward forever.
These smaller patches roll out during this time. We'll just only adjust balance if something major bubbles up. Also, we're working on some pretty exciting stuff for After Champs that you'll get to play closer to the end of the year, like larger balance updates and modes changes. We'll be back to chat with you more about all that after Champs. Also, keep an eye out for more comms from the Maps team coming this summer. Now, we'll toss it over to Preeti and Sean.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so this was kind of the main thing that I wanted to talk about here. Obviously, this was very important. Also interesting, talking about modes update. You know, we'll see what that holds. This next part is about skins. I'm not going to watch all of this. If you want to watch the whole thing, obviously, I'll leave a link in the description to the whole video. Just know about the skins. Basically, what they talk about is, you know, pink skins. You know, making more pink skins. An outlaw skin is coming somewhat soon-ish, right? Like a good one. And that outlaw skin will be one about...
Anyway, next up is Outlaw.
Here
We
you go.
know you've all been waiting for a
Perfect.
sick
Look at
Outlaw
that.
skin.
Look
and
at
with
that.
every new hype bundle, you're asking, where's
I'm
the
a
Outlaw?
goat.
Is Riot trolling? Why doesn't Miss Bloom have an Outlaw? No, we're not trolling. Making high-tier skins just takes time, a really long time. It's gonna be a few more months, but I'm not gonna say anything else about that.
There you go.
You can say something. I'll say something.
Fine, I guess.
One of your favorite high-tier skin lines of all time is going to be expanding to get a clean new Outlaw skin. I felt like it's really worth sharing. That's right. We're bringing a Smite Outlaw to you.
No, Sean, we scrapped that idea. We're actually doing the other one, the one that people actually want, not the night market meme, not the one that you bought just to troll me.
Okay. I mean, but some people do like Smite though, right? Yeah, the other one's cool and everything, but... All right, either way, we are working on really good Outlaw
Give me
skins.
a
We
Smite
promise it'll be
Outlaw.
worth
I'd
the
buy
wait.
it.
Just let us go.
All right, thanks so much for watching. We're so
Wait, there was something else we wanted to talk about, and I cannot remember what it was. Oh, replays. Yeah, it seems there's been some increased chat in the community about replays lately. Seems as though some folks want an update.
Yeah, we've seen some really creative inquiries about replays. And I actually want to hand it over to Marcus, Valorant's technical lead, to talk about where we're at with replays in more detail.
Hi everyone, I'm happy to be able to stop by and nerd out a little bit with you all on replays. First off, we have been working on replays. You're actually looking at a free cam view from a prototype build of our replay system right now. I want to emphasize the word prototype here, as this is nowhere near launch, and you're about to see one of the types of challenges that we need to solve.
Nowhere near launch. Those are the crucial words. Although the rest of this is pretty funny.
Replays, though, introduce new requirements that aren't present in normal games. For example, when viewing a replay, time might be paused, or you might want to review a specific round in a match. Unreal gives us a lot for free on replays, but we didn't plan for these scenarios up front. There are a plethora of issues with maps, abilities, weapons, as well as visual and audio effects that we need to work through to make them replay ready. Otherwise, defects show up when viewing moments out of a game and in a replay. Some of these defects are pretty funny. For example, here's a side-by-side clip that shows me interacting with a door switch in a custom game, beside that same interaction when viewed in a replay. Not sure that door in the replay is very good at being a door. These clips only show a couple of defects with a couple of individual assets. Valorant's gameplay is built from thousands of these individual assets that all need to be audited for correctness and possibly adjusted to be correct in replay scenarios. And we need to do all of that work without breaking anything in the live game. So yes, we're taking our time to make sure that we get it right. Now, back to Anna and Andy.
Oh, hey, we're back.
So yeah, I don't think a replay system is coming too soon, to be honest. But what do I know? Who knows? But I wouldn't say this year.
Thanks for taking that one, Marcus. Valorant community, please trust me when I say we are right there with you, and we're committed to building this replay system. We'll give you all another update on replays when there's more to share in the future. We know you've all been more than patient with us on this issue, and we thank you for that. We will get there.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching, and we'll be back a bit later this year.
Thanks, everyone.
So yeah, there it is. A bit of a mixed bag overall. I think, hey, the map rotation, getting rid of Breeze, that can only be a good thing. Bringing in Haven can only be a good thing. I'm not too sure about removing Split. That one kind of hurts me personally a little bit because it probably means that they're not going to ever get rid of Ascent, which is a shame, in my opinion. Also, Icebox does need to die as well. You know, I don't mind them, you know, testing and changing the Duelist class. That's something that's long overdue, was needed, in my opinion. I would have liked to see a Phoenix buff in there as well, but here's hoping for some good changes there. I'm very scared about the Reyna change. Let me know what you think the Reyna change will be, because God, if they mess that up, this game's gonna be all... You think the game's bad now? Wait till Reyna becomes the most overpowered agent in the game. Yeah, that would be very, very bad. But let me know what you think in the comments down below.